بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. So now we have two approaches. One approach is called Haqqul Ta'a. The second approach, I'll put it this side, it's called Qubhul Iqab Bila Bayan. This approach means the right of obedience. This means that no punishment without warning. No punishment without warning. And the scholars have divided into two sides. One subscribe to this approach, which is the author of this book, Shahid al-Sadr, is one of them. And those are the minority. Those are the minority. The majority subscribe to this opinion, and of course, probably their leader and their head is a person called Al-Mirza Al-Naini. He's from Nain in Iran. Mirza Al-Naini. Okay?
Is this a contemporary scholar?
No, he died. He died a long time ago. This is Shahid al-Sadr, who he was killed by Saddam Hussein, 1980. So both approaches, this approach and that approach, have followers, contemporary followers today. Contemporary followers. But the leaders, the theorists who produce the theories, before Mirza Naini was Wahid al-Behbahani, even before him. This is an old approach. This is the typical approach. Classical. That one is a modern approach. This is a revolution. This is considered a revolution against this. This is a revolution.
So that was created to combat this?
To combat this, yes. Yeah. That was created much later to combat this one. Okay?
Well, did they take a more strict view, that's why?
I can't say more strict view. We could say more rational view. More rational view, not necessarily more strict view. Because we will see, when we come into the details, we don't find strictness. We really don't find. We find reason, more rationality into it. Okay. Now let's go into, and of course, my friends, both approaches, this one and that one, they depend on reason. Okay? They both depend on reason. First and foremost on reason, and then shara'. So they depend on what? On aql. Aql. This one too, aql. And then shara'. Both of them argue that my approach, this one says my approach and that one, depends on rationality, on reason. Reason says that God is the supreme owner and leader, okay? And he's different than the earthly Mawla. Sometimes you have an earthly leader, owner, boss, and sometimes you have the heavenly one. The heavenly one, his discretion, his influence is much bigger than the one which is on earth. On earth, a mawla, owner. Sometimes if you don't understand him very well, okay, you might not be in big trouble. But the one that is there, you have to understand him well, okay? And his authority is unlimited. This one on earth, they argue, despite being your leader, your boss, sometimes your owner, okay, he owns you. You are his slave. But still his authority is limited. His authority cannot be compared to the authority of the heavenly, according to the Christians, Heavenly Father, which is God. It can't. Heavenly Father, his authority is absolute. So you have to make sure that you are obeying him. You have to make sure, even if there is ihtimal, a possibility, 10% that he wants you to do this, then you must, don't say, but 90% he doesn't want me to do. No, you have to consider the 10%.
So a question, isn't the right haqq al-taha, isn't that more aqli, where this is more dalil?
No, I will tell you.
Oh.
First, it's aql. Then shar'. Of course, this one is supported by shar', not just aql. But first aql. They
Where's
stop
the
shar' in the shar'. That don't, make sure. وَإِنَّ الظَّنَّ لَا يُغْنِي مِنَ الْحَقِّ شَيْئًا. So always follow, always be careful. In the shar' we have ayat that be careful. Okay? وَلَا تَقْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ إِنَّ السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ وَالْفُؤَادَ كُلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ. So it tells you that don't take chances. Don't take chances. Do ihtiyat. Always in your life be ihtiyat. For instance, do not backbite people. Okay? For some of these conjectures are sin. Not all of them. But you have to avoid all of them. Okay? Do not think bad of people, because maybe 40% of these thinking are going to be wrong and you will be in trouble. إِنَّ بَعْضَ الظَّنِّ إِثْمٍ. إِنَّ بَعْضَ الظَّنِّ. Not all dhann. Some of the dhann, you are right. Your prediction is right. Your judgment is right. But because some of it is not right, so avoid all judgments altogether. This is ihtiyat. So it is supported by Quran and Hadith. This one too. This one, aql first, say. Aql. Ordinary aql. Ask anyone in the street that if I don't know, would I be held responsible? They say no, because you don't know. You don't know. Okay? You go into a place and there is no sign, and then it happened for us one day, We went with one of our friends here. And when we were inside, someone started yelling, "Hey!" What? You have to buy tickets. But there is no sign. He has a little room at the end with no sign, nothing to tell you buy a ticket. The door is a huge door, open from a major market in Damascus. Yeah. And you go Khan, they call it Khan. Khan, where people used to, in the old days, they put their, the camels, the donkeys, they come and then they dismount. And then in the end, they have a small, room, and I think he puts the money in his pocket, We told him, but we don't know, At least put a sign, say, for instance, you can't go without ticket, or purchase tickets or something, So Aql says you cannot punish if you don't warn. Aql says that, okay? Then we come to the ayat. What does the ayah say in the Quran? وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ, chapter 17, Surah Al-Isra. وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. We would not punish until we warn, we send a messenger. So both depend on aql. Not that this one depends on aql and this one on shar'. No, both, they depend on aql and they are supported by shar'. Okay, now let's come to this one. Forget about this one for 1 second. Let's come to that one. حق الطاعة. Okay? حق الطاعة here What does it state? حق الطاعة states that in the case of doubt, what do you do in the case of doubt? In the case of doubt, then you resort first and foremost to where? To the principle of what? احتياط. Principle of caution. First and foremost, they call it احتياط in Arabic. They call it also اشتغال. أصالة الاشتغال. This is أصالة الاحتياط and أصالة الاشتغال. What does اشتغال mean? You are being implicated. You can't run away. اشتغال, that's it. You are in the trap. So you need to get yourself free of that. You are responsible. اشتغال means you are responsible. You can't free yourself, say, no, I have no obligation, I'm free of obligation. No. اشتغال means obligation or caution. And in case of doubt, even if the doubt is a small doubt or, minor doubt, small probability that God wants me to do this, or this is wajib, or this is haram, I should stay away of, even if the probability is 10%. Why? Because حق الطاعة, because of this right of obedience of God, you have to respect Him. And you should not take chances. Okay? This is the reason. So, if there is doubt, then there is implication immediately. What do we call implication, Tahira? You said this many times. Munajjiziyya. Implication means munajjiziyya. Munajjiziyya means you are responsible, therefore you have to apply what? If you are responsible, you have to apply what? You have to apply احتياط, اشتغال, caution, meaning that you have to do this act. Okay? Because they say even doubt is a degree of what? Before. It's a degree of, I'm giving you a hint. I'm giving you a hint. What is there?
In the tablet, thubut.
Inkishaf. Revelation. The doubt, though it is not 100%. No, it's not 100%. Because what is 100%? قطع. Certainty is 100%. The doubt is not قطع. Even if it is 10%. Even if it is 10%, it's a low level of inkishaf. Low level. Not certain. Not certain, definitely. If it's certain, we have no problem. We don't go to it. You have to do it. You have the answer. If the answer is qat, then you have the answer. You don't. But this is in case of doubt. In case of doubt, they say doubt is a level. It could be 10%, 5%, 15%, 20%, 30%, 50%, but it is a degree of what? Inkishaf.
Where is the inkishaf in the doubt? Say, how can you see the inkishaf? How do you know that there's
Probability. That this rule, God says this is haram. Don't do this. It could be in His book.
Where is the inkishaf? How do you?
Inkishaf, there is a probability that this law is in His book. I don't know. I can't say it's in His book 100%. I don't have qat certainty. I have doubt that this rule could be in His book. If someone opens the book for me, if I have access to the book, I might see it there, but I have no access to the book.
But the inkishaf comes from either the sharia or the logic or the aql.
No, the aql says.
The aql, yeah.
The aql says it could be.
Right.
It could be there. Okay? The aql says. If the sharia says, then the sharia should. They told me the problem is over. When I don't find, this is in cases of doubt.
Right.
Cases of doubt, I come across smoking. Let me give you example. Smoking. Shisha. Okay? Where is shisha? None of the prophets, none of the imams, none of their ashab, companions, they did shisha. I searched all the books, all the ahadith. None. So this is doubt.
No.
Okay? I can't just say right away it's halal. Some people, those guys, they say right away it's halal. This one says no. Who says it's halal? Are you certain? If you are certain, okay, it's halal. I tell him no. If I am certain, then I have no doubt. See? If I am certain, then why do I discuss all this? Waste my time. I have doubt.
So is this school of thought then say it, then asalat al-hil, asalat all those go away?
This is school, embrace them. This school
they do? Oh,
says
yeah.
you don't embrace them until you get the green light. This one says the green light is given to us already. This one says no, it's not given to you. That one prevails over the green light. That one comes first. You have to prove the green light. This one says no, I have a green light from the beginning.
So in the example like you give about sitting at the table, right? So in that case, then if you suspect, if you have doubt that there's najasa on the table, then you should not sit at that table. You shouldn't put anything on there. You should refrain. In this school of thought.
And this one, yes.
Wow,
Yeah?
what a life.
But we will study this. This is in theory, Habibi. We are studying theories now.
He's going to be part of the other 80%.
Don't go to the result. Don't go to fatwa is something else. We are analyzing the theories. How does faqih reach this conclusion? What route does he follow? You have to know how they think. What is the basis for their thinking? These are the basis. This is how. This is called legal theory. The class is called what? Legal theory. Okay? These are theories. This one, next lesson, is the legal application, is the law. That one is the law. This is the theory. This is the theory.
So the mujtahid, is there a lot of like criticizing between the two? Is there more respect?
Wow,
or
fighting. If you look at the books, how they defend their opinions, lots of fightings. Alhamdulillah, the class is polite. We are in Orange County. I've seen when I was students, and of course now we discuss them, At that time, sometimes 1,000 students, 1,000. They sit in a huge mosque. And they speak to the teacher, and the teacher gets, sometimes very heated. The discussion becomes very heated. Yeah. So now, the doubt is a level of revelation in Kishaf. Though it is not strong, it's da'if, weak. But it is a level. It is a level of inkishaf. Okay? Now, but here we said he opts to this one. In this school, my friends, in this approach, this one is the most used, the most common principle. Always they apply it. Unless proven otherwise. It's like some doctors in the Middle East and some doctors in America. Some doctors in the Middle East, as soon as you enter the office, they give you injection. This is the first response. In America, injection comes last, very last. Very. Huh?
There's still some who go injection. Insurance people.
But there, believe me, the first thing, oh doctor, I have a flu, I have pain. Oh, okay, lay down. So this school, their first response is caution. Except 4 cases. They give up on caution in 4 cases. What are they? These are the 4 cases where they give up, they don't apply caution. Number 1, قطع. Number 1 and 2, I put here, sir. قطع. This is number 1 and number 2. I said 4 cases. This is number 1 and number 2. We have قطع, that the lawgiver, شارع, he has nafi, negation, nafi. Negation. He has nafi. That this is an obligation on you. Negation. He says this is not wajib. But it has to be what? Dalil. قطعي محرز. Dalil. قطعي محرز. Dalil is evidence. قطعي is what? قطعي is what? Tell me. Definite. 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 محرز. Secured. A secured evidence that is what? Definite. Give me an example of that. Secured evidence that is definite.
Alcohol is haram.
No. Give me an example of that. What do we call it? Don't give me minor example. Give me the ruling. How do we say this is secured definite secured evidence? Applies to what? What scenario? I mentioned this yesterday. That is beyond doubt. This is 100% in God's book. I know. Beyond any doubt. No. Exactly. خبر متواتر. خبر متواتر. Narration that is popular. Leaves no room for doubt. Okay? Nafi. That the khabar comes and says, listen, khabar narrated by many narrators, that God says this act is not wajib, or this act is halal, let's say. Okay? Nafi. Nafi negating what? The obligation, that it's not wajib on you. You can get away with it. Then this one, this dalil qat'i, is going to overcome what?
No, overcome the
Wait, sorry.
Give her a chance. Overcome what?
obligation, the duty.
Asalatul ihtiyat. Ishtighal. It's going to knock it down. Because this is dalil. And asalatul ihtiyat is what? Principle. And always the dalil is more dominating over principles. So it's going to... Are you with me, Ali?
I lost on the definition of nafi negation as it relates to what we're talking about.
Okay, let me put the other one so I can compare. Nafi, this is ithbat. This is emphasis, ithbat. And this is negation. Meaning this is no, this is yes. We have dalil, muhraz, qat'i, let's say, when you see the new moon, you see the new moon in the beginning of the lunar calendar, some say the dua becomes mandatory that you recite dua. Then we have khabar mutawatir then in that case we have doubt. Okay? We have doubt.
Yeah, okay.
In the case of doubt, what should we, according to this group, what should we apply? Ihtiyat. But we said there are 4 cases, ihtiyat is removed. Only 4 cases. One of them is this, 1 and 2. These are 1 and 2, and I'm going to speak about 3 and 4. Number 1, when you have secured evidence which is definite, قطعي,
There's no doubt.
no doubt. Like what? This is khabar mutawatir. This is secured. If I give you in the exam, give me an example of a secured evidence that is definite. You tell me one example is khabar mutawatir. That does not accept wrong, does not accept mistake, because it is such mutawatir and popular that even if 50 people lie, the other 50 they don't lie. So it's guaranteed. It's there. It's in God's book. Has been narrated by a ma'soom or by the Prophet, and so popular, mutawatir. Okay? And you studied mutawatir probably in hadith, ilm al-hadith. That's a different. It says that the recitation of the dua is not mandatory. Nafi. Are you with me? Do you follow me? Then in that case, do I still apply asalatul ihtiyat? No, because I have this. I have dalil which is more power. It would destroy asalatul ihtiyat. Or, the second case, I have khabar mutawa. Everything I said here, I said it there. But it's the opposite. This one says no obligation. This one says yes. That khabar mutawatir says yes. That when you look at the moon, you must. And that khabar is secured, definite, secure evidence. So again here, does it leave me, Tahira, with a doubt in this case? No more doubt. These cases qat'i, no more doubt. No more doubt. See, certainty. No more doubt. Then I don't even go to practical principles. Their term does not come. So that one is also removed. These are 2 cases. Are you with me or not? Please, if you are not with me, I'll say it 500 times.
No, I think when you example, I understand the
So,
negation part.
either the khabar al-mutawatir says yes, no, you have no obligation, so I am relieved, alhamdulillah. So there is no doubt in my mind. The answer is very clear. There is khabar mutawatir, definite. It tells me you don't have to recite the dua. I'm giving you an example, of course. We have thousands of when you see the moon. Or it is exactly the opposite. It says yes, khabar mutawatir, that once you see the lunar moon at the beginning of the month, you must recite this dua. It's like Salatul Ayat. When there is an earthquake, you must pray. Why? Because khabar mutawatir. No one can question that. So these are case number 1 and case number 2. Then we come to case number 3 and case number 4. There is no certainty. See, I put no here. No certainty, no qat', no certainty, no secured evidence that tells me do or don't. No secured evidence. So I could not find khabar mutawatir, neither supporting nor opposing. Are you with me? Dr. Ali, are you with me?
Yes.
I could not find any khabar mutawatir, neither pro or con. Okay? In this case, 3. So no certainty. Neither minus nor positive. Nor negative. Neither minus nor plus. Okay? But I found something at a lower degree than the qat'i. Than the dalil qat'i. What is the lower degree?
Amara?
Exactly. See, he understood this long time ago, so he's sticking to it. Every time I ask, he says amara.
No, remember they're revealing it's not it's higher than asl, lower than.
Exactly. What do we call amara? Amara, it's tarkhis. Though it is not qat'i, at face value, it's not qat'i. I should not depend on it. But the lawgiver gave me permission, tarkhis we call it, permission, rukhsa, permission to use it and depend on it. Though the value of it, it's not the value of dalil qat'i, because it's amara. What is the example of that? Typical example that I always use.
The trustworthiness of one person.
Exactly, ahsant. So it is amara, this is qat', this is qat'. This is dhan, what should I put here in the box? خبر الثقة. خبر الثقة. واحد, one person. But he's trustworthy. So this one, tarkhis, he gives me permission to use him. We come to the same example that we don't know whether we saw the moon. Should I read the dua or not? I never found anything in this, neither yes nor no. But I found this one khabar that tells me no. No, you don't have to. Then in this case, what should I do? Still stick to the principle of caution, ihtiyat, or I give up on it? I give up on it. Why? Because Sharia tells me, though this one could be wrong, could be mistaken, but Sharia is giving me a hadith, giving me orders or the instructions that you must trust him and accept what he tells you. If he's thiqah, okay? Accept him. So in this case, that one still has a primacy over what? Over ihtiyat. Because this is amara. And amara is always first. Why? Because ihtiyat is a principle. Asl. Amara is stronger. Amara is in the middle between, above it is what? Dalil, below it is what? No. Asl. Alhamdulillah, now you reach this stage, you are on the right track, believe me. You are studying and Alhamdulillah, you got to this point, so next time when you go to Qum or Najaf, sit with the scholars and ask them. Tell them, Maulana, what do you think of the Amara? Is it stronger than Asl? He says, wow, where do you come from? Believe me, they will be staggered, you know. Yeah.
The land of Costa Mesa.
So this one, we have been given permission, tarkhis, to use this one, and then we free ourselves from ishtighal or ihtiyat. Or, what else beside amara? What do you think? What comes below amara?
Us.
Exactly. What asl? This is amara. Here, asl. What asl here?
Other than ihtiyat?
Exactly. Asalatul hil or asalatul tahara. Depending on the situation. Asalat al-hil or asalat al-tahara.
Is that number 4 saying?
No, this is number 3. Number 3. We are still in number 3. Okay? كل شيء لك حلال حتى تعلم أصالة الحل. Everything is halal for you until you know otherwise. Everything is clean.
This goes exactly against the Salatul Ihtiyat.
Yeah.
It conflicts it. So how do they overrule
Yeah.
that over their own principle?
Because they say they don't overrule. They have conflict with it. They are still debating. We will come to it. We will come to it, inshallah. Yeah. So it says the yeah, they don't accept this. This school do not accept this. They really do not. They depend on that one more, not on this one. When it comes to this, they say no because they are equal opportunity. How can I give precedence to this over my, which is ihtiyat? I can't. Okay? Because still we are not certain. Okay? We could not find khabar thiqa, khabar mutawatir, neither khabar thiqa. So they are stuck in this. At this level, they are stuck, still debating. And then we come to number 4. Number 4 is what? Number 4 is that there is no dalil. I did not find dalil that it is neither this nor that. But I have an indication that the shara would not, that the lawgiver would not let me off this responsibility. The shara, lawgiver, still concerned about this. Though he's not telling me it's wajib, neither it's haram, but still he's not freeing me completely of the responsibility. Okay? لم يحصل على دليل قطعي بالحرمة وعدمها، لكن حصل على دليل بأن الشارع يهتم بهذا الاحتمال فتتأكد المنجزية.
Isn't that contradicting?
No.
Because if they're ihtiyat, right, they're saying you have to practice ihtiyat unless these 4 cases.
This one they say the ihtiyat would not be removed, but it is going to be, if it was the ihtiyat was 50%, in this case it would be 80%. Not that you not remove it, you leave it and you add more weight to it. Number 4, it's a bit misleading.
Yeah.
Because even today, I was searching. I said, but he said in the beginning, he said you get your hands off ihtiyat in 4 cases. But in this case, not only you don't get your hand off, you are keeping it and putting more emphasis on it. You are elevating it from 50 degree to 80 degree. I was debating this morning and I was searching. So ihtiyat would still stay, but rather than being loose or not very credible, it becomes credible in this case. But still it's ihtiyat, Umid.
Yeah.
Still ihtiyat,
Right.
not mandatory. You have to apply ihtiyat in case. But a stronger ihtiyat, stronger level, stronger degree of ihtiyat. Ali, did you follow this?
Yeah, I'm just wondering why make a number 4 and
Yeah.
just make it.
I don't know.
Is there an example of that? Or
Example, yes. Yeah, I'll give you an example. Example of that is smoking. Smoking, we really don't know. We tried to find something like that, nothing. Like that, nothing. Then in this case, we have to do what? According to those guys, those troublemakers, there you have to apply ihtiyat, okay? Because you could not find any news. So they rushed. First response is what? Ihtiyat. We said ihtiyat. Unlike those guys here, they say no. First response is bara'a. You are free. Those guys say ihtiyat. So the ihtiyat is there. But then I find an indication that tells me, listen, someone thiq. I found an indication that this is, you are not free from it. Let's say hadith. Hadith not very credible. Not very credible. If it is credible, it solves my problem. But not very credible. That it says, yes, smoking is problematic because you cannot harm yourself. We have another axiom in Islam, لا ضرر ولا ضرار. Neither you hurt yourself nor you hurt others. And that law applies to this situation of smoking. Because you are hurting yourself and hurting others too. At least yourself. Even if you want to smoke by yourself, at least yourself. Today I read every cigarette, I don't know whether this is a joke or, reduces your life 14 minutes.
Yeah, that's been published.
14 minutes. I don't know whether this is right or wrong, So this is an indication, though it does not address my problem directly. It's not saying smoke, but smoking, like what we studied qiyas. Smoking has some darar. Okay? And I have a law that says no, la darara wa la dirar, then I can apply it to this. Although it's not saying this is not a hadith that says smoking halal or haram, but I can get it from somewhere else. So this, my doubt was 50%, now I raise it to 80%. Not the doubt that I am now on the level of, being more cautious. More cautious. These are the 4 cases. The 4 cases of their opponents, we study them next week, inshallah. But before you come to the class, look at these. Look at these. Look at your daftar, your book. Read them. Because they are similar, somehow similar, because we're going to go the 4 cases and we say what they say about him, how they argue about them. Okay? وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.